Thank you, Juan, and I'm so excited to be here. And Mr. Joe Rutsky, we send you on behalf of FIU AMA. We wish that you get well soon, and we're very sorry you couldn't be here today. But hopefully you enjoy our presentation and our video. So what I would like to start off first is by covering the foundation of any successful marketing project, and that foundation starts with research. Yes, here at FIU, we wanted to get to know really our student body. We wanted to get to know the details about our student body so we could customize this marketing strategy on behalf of Chevrolet for them. So we wanted to know, hey, what is the typical, the age group, the demographics, their intentions of buying, their perceptions of Chevrolet. So we put together a very complete survey to pass out to our FIU students. We were aiming for 400 completed surveys. We got close. We were able to complete 397 surveys. After an analysis, there was about a 50-50% mix of male versus female. And the biggest age group that responded was the 20 to 22-year-old crowd. And juniors and seniors were the majority, of course. And we started investigating and really digging deep into what the students here at FIU felt about Chevrolet. And there was actually a good to fair rating about the Chevrolet brand. So they felt between fair and good about Chevrolet. And then we asked, would you recommend Chevrolet to your family? Would you recommend Chevrolet to a friend? And we were disappointed to find that most of them were neutral. They wouldn't. And most of them were strongly, they wouldn't recommend the brand to Chevrolet. So hopefully, with this marketing strategy, with this plan, we would be able to change those perceptions of how they feel about the Chevrolet brand. Now, we were also surprised to find that most of the students here on campus do not own a Chevrolet, nor have they had a family member that's owned a Chevrolet. And of course, this was pretty interesting. Sports car was the #1 automotive class that the students here were looking for. And sedan followed second, very closely, a second. So we dug deeper. Hey, students, what is important for you to have in the vehicle? And when you're shopping around, what's key to you? And of course, as most college students could attest to, price is the #1. It came out as the most important factor in the car shopping decision. A lot of college students here were on budgets. We're eating ramen noodles and pizza, so we're trying to save our money, and we don't have much to spend. So price came out as the top factor. The second factor was style. Even though we're on the budget, we still want to look good. So style came in a close second, and fuel efficiency. We want to get the most bang for our buck. So that came in as the third most important factor in the car shopping decision. So based on this information, based on the research that we gathered here, we would like to have 3 key vehicles that we believe are the best fit for our students. #1, we want to make sure that we have the Camaro, the hottest, newest car by Chevrolet. We want to make sure that's here in full effect because our students love sports cars. #2, we want to make sure we have the new Cruise, which is an awesome car as far as gas mileage. It's a very convenient, very budget-effective car, so we want to have that here at our campus. And of course, the Equinox, which is a great tailgating car and great for families and road trips. And what college student does not like a good road trip? So we want to have those 3 vehicles here on campus for one of our main events. Now, we could not have 4 vehicles due to FIU restrictions. And also, after further investigating, we believe that the Malibu wouldn't be the best fit for our demographics here at Florida International University. Now, I would like to talk a little bit about what our position is and our message. Here, we want to make sure that we deliver the best message to students, that we get them excited about the Chevrolet brand. As I covered with you, a lot of the research shows that many students don't have that awareness. Chevrolet offers a great car. It delivers everything students are looking for. Good price, good gas mileage. What more style can you want? So we want to make sure that we create this awareness so the students are excited about Chevrolet. And of course, our strategy will use different tactics to get that message across. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you what here at Creative, our creative team has come up with. And it's a 2-hit knockout. Let's show them that slide. We are proposing a 2-event Chevrolet extravaganza. First, we're going to get our students warmed up, and we're going to get them ready for the major event. And the first event is the tailgating experience. At FIU, we have our homecoming game just a couple weeks away. And what better mix than to combine the All-American Chevrolet brand with one of the All-American pastimes, American football. That's right, we're going to have Chevrolet exposed at our next tailgating experience, our homecoming event, with thousands of students in the stands, in Chevrolet t-shirts, waving Chevrolet noisemakers, and stopping by our Chevrolet booth. So we are so excited to be able to start this campaign with that kickoff tailgating event. Then we're going to be able to follow up with that with our major event, which is going to take place in one of the busiest parts here at FIU, the main entrance of the campus, at FIU's Chapman Plaza. This event will be happening Wednesday, November 17th, between 12 and 4 p.m. And we have this beautiful idea of having the Camaro, the Cruise, the Equinox on full display for all the students to watch. And not only just to see from far, but to actually experience these cars. To get into that driver's seat, to just melt into that bucket seat and wrap their hands around that steering wheel and smell that new car smell. We want students here at FIU to get that full Chevrolet experience. And we're going to have product specialists there to be able to answer any questions that they might have as far as price, as far as details, as far as specifications on the engine. We want to have everything that the students might have. We want to be able to answer any questions the students might have about Chevrolet. This event is going to be jam-packed with activities. We're going to have games. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have some free stuff the students can pick up and really connect with the Chevrolet brand. We want them engaged. So through all these different marketing tactics, we're going to be able to achieve that. Now, of course, to be able to build this hype, it takes effort from a lot of our team members here. And I would like to introduce to you one of our, of course, this is the layout, and then we're going to send this information to you so you get a closer look at what we're planning. But part of what goes into this event is the public relations, reaching out to our counterparts here. So I want to introduce to you Michael, who is the head of the public relations department. He's been doing a wonderful job of working on this part of the campaign. So if you could please share with us some of those details.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you to everyone for coming here tonight, and thank you to all those watching. My name is Michael Perez. I'm the department head for public relations here at Creative Edge, along with my partner Santiago Diaz. And we are a department consisting of 13 members, and we have a pretty important department here at Creative Edge. As you'll see, we've submitted several documents over ShareSpace, including several press releases. I want to touch base on some of those now. Our first press release basically served as an intro for both our events, an intro to 3 very important things. Intro to FIU AMA and our Creative Edge marketing firm. Second, our partner with Adventure. And third, and most important, the Chevrolet brand. Our second press release, we actually divided into 2 separate press releases. The first one will cover the tailgate event that will be happening Saturday, November 6th. And then the second one, of course, will cover our second event, the main one, on Wednesday, November 17th. We did this to be able to be more specific about both events, to be able to spend the time to let people know what we're doing for both events. And then finally, we do want to follow up with a third press release that will be a follow-up after both events have occurred. Our fourth document that we shared over ShareSpace is what will be the intro to our media kit. It's the intro letter. It basically serves as a good intro letter that will be sent out in a media kit to all our media contacts, which includes local student-run media, such as the student-run newspaper, The Beacon, here at Florida National University. It also includes outside sources of our media contacts, such as the Miami Herald, the neighbor section. So we look forward to sending all these things along with pictures, so the media can get excited about our campaign just as excited as we are about putting all this together. We have all that sent through ShareSpace, and we're excited to be working on this event to get the kind of press coverage we need and to get the awareness of both our events out to the public. Thank you. And now back to Joe.
Isn't this exciting? I mean, this is such an awesome event, and we're very thankful to have this opportunity to share that Chevrolet brand with all our students. Now, besides the PR, another key part of reaching out to our students here is advertising. We need to get that top-of-mind awareness for Chevrolet. And we're planning on doing that using different tactics and strategies. What student doesn't love a free t-shirt, right? I mean, that's something that you could wear. And Chevrolet can think of that as walking billboards here at FIU. T-shirts last longer than the event does. So those t-shirts will be worn again and again and again by the students. Besides just having a t-shirt, guess what? We're going to make this t-shirt interactive. It's going to ask the question, where would you take your Chevrolet? And that question will be answered on the t-shirt. We're going to give the students a pen, and they're going to be able to write down any destination that they want, any place. Whether it's they want to cruise on the highway, or they want to take the off-road path with their Equinox. We want to be able to share that experience and get the students really engaged where they would take their Chevrolet. Next, we're going to have flyers. We need to get some buzz, and the best way to do that is through plastering this FIU campus with flyers and then sending out mass emails to the students to let them know what's happening, to get them excited about the event and what they could get out of it and the experience they could get out of coming to one of these fantastic events. And then small flyers. And these small flyers, I believe, is it's a great part of this advertising campaign. And the small flyer is like a business card that's going to ask a question to the student. Where would you take your Chevrolet? And by doing that, already you're getting that student thinking of all the different parts of the world they can take their Chevrolet to. So we're engaging the student even before they have an idea of what's going on. So that's a great way to advertise these events that are happening here on our campus. Next, promotional items. We talked about the tailgating event earlier, and that's an exciting part because I imagine this event with the flood of Chevrolet promotional items, the noise makers that the kids are going to be waving in the air, the whistles with the Chevrolet logo on it that they're going to be blowing throughout the game, the t-shirts that they're going to be wearing in the stands at this amazing homecoming game. So that's a key part of our advertising. And then another part of this, which is my favorite, is the social media part. Because what student in our generation Y isn't connected to some sort of social media platform? So our organization, we want to use that to our advantage to really reach the goals of our marketing campaign. We want to use Twitter. We want to use Facebook. And we also want to take pictures of what's happening at these events, shoot videos and post that on this Facebook wall so the student can connect with this brand even after the event is over and long after that as well. So using all these different techniques and advertising strategies, what we're going to do to make sure we get and we maximize the results with this marketing campaign. And these are some samples of the t-shirt that we were looking to pass out to our students, some of the noise makers that are going to also be passed out at the tailgating event. And of course, they're going to get a copy of this PowerPoint so you can check it out and inspect it yourself. And then behind every project, there's always the finance part, right? This doesn't happen out of thin air. So luckily, we have a wonderful student that's been heading up the finance part by the name of Carl. And she's going to come up here and explain some of what's been happening with this department.